What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I don't really do a whole hell of a lot of videos these days, but every once in a while some people see pictures on the reflector files and they ask questions, and sometimes I get enough of the same question that it's a subject I want to handle. A lot of people have been asking me how I go about setting up my display, what I use, what elements I put inside each shelf. So I'm going to take you on a little tour of the collection room and show you how I set all that up. One thing that's worth noting is that I do not have a huge collection space. I'm a little limited on space for the amount of Transformers that I actually have. So I don't have a whole hell of a lot of action scenes set up. It's more of a museum type of look that I'm shooting for. So it's simple, it's clean, it looks good, and maybe it's something along the lines of what you guys are trying to accomplish with your own collection. So what I'm going to do is empty out one of the shelves, and I'm just going to put everything in piece by piece and explain what it is, where I got it, how I went about doing it, and if you guys want to follow suit, that is up to you. So first things first, the lighting. These LED lights come in a 4-pack from Home Depot. If they still have them available, I will put the link in the description. But you basically get 4 LED strips, and you get enough wire to run it strategically, and it works out to go across all 4 shelves in a detolf. So it's kind of perfect. So you can kind of light the entire thing up for about $35, I believe the price was when I bought them. And you know, you're able to kind of hold the wires in place with some zip ties. That's what I did. And it kind of keeps them off to the side and out of the way, so they're not kind of hanging out all over the place, and still basically keeps it pretty clean. And as you can see, it really lights the display up. So the next step is to get a background made up. I made mine from PVC board. So it's basically about 1/8 inch PVC, and I cut it down to size and lay a vinyl graphic on it. And after I'm done laying the graphic, you score it in the middle. That way you can kind of, you know, fold it up, get it in a 90-degree angle, and cut squares in the corners, notch that out. That way the bars of the detolf can come up through, and it'll fit in there real nice, and it looks good. It's not as cool as some of the dioramas that you see out there, but it's nice and clean, and for the amount of shelves that I have, getting a diorama made up for all that would end up being pretty expensive. So this was like a nice, cheap, simple, clean way to go about doing things. I'm gonna put a link in the description to how I put those together, so you can kind of check that out instead of wasting time doing it here in this video. Okay, so this is what I use for my risers. I use these clear acrylic risers. If you search clear acrylic riser on eBay, a ton of them come up in all shapes and sizes. These are 4x4x4 cubes. These are 4x4x2. They make 5x5x5, 7x7x7, all kinds of different sizes. So you can kind of search on there and see what is going to fit with what you're trying to do. So clear acrylic risers. I use those sometimes by themselves and just put a figure right on top of it, but if I'm going for like a bleacher effect, I have these, and these are basically made from old shelves that I didn't use anymore, so I just cut them down to the desired size, and I use them for platforms, basically for the robots in the back. You can use these, you can cut down a 1/2 inch piece of plywood. I've done that already and spray painted in black. It's nice and simple, and it works. So right there is the first riser. We got 2 of the clear acrylic risers on the side, and we got the platform on top. So that's basically gonna get you your back row. Up next, I put the 2-inch risers in front and another platform. So as you can see, kind of got a nice platform effect going. So you could put 3 rows of robots in there if you'd like, and everything should be nice and spaced out, and you'll be able to see everybody because the back rows get higher as they go. So I'm gonna start putting the robots in. So there you have it, the Junkion shelf. And as you can see, with the use of the risers, everybody is in line of sight. Nobody's blocking anybody too bad. So, you know, it's a perfect solution for somebody that has a lot of stuff and not a ton of space to work with. And as you can see, I have pretty much every detolf shelf set up using some manner of that same method, depending on how big the characters are, how many team members there are. So sometimes you got to get a little creative. Sometimes you use just the clear risers. Sometimes you use the shelves as platforms. It all depends on what you got going on that particular shelf. But as you can see, it works out pretty well. And there you have it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you around next time. More to come. The Quint Journal is a great place to stash your weed.